Hey everyone, it's Chrissy from Chrissy's Beautiful Life, and I am the November guest designer for the Wild Hare Kits. So I'm going to create a layout, and this is my second project with this kit. The first one I did was I created a fun little decoration letter N for my daughter, and there is a photo of that up on the Instagram, on Wild Hare Instagram probably, and definitely mine. So if you want to check that out, feel free to head on over to Instagram. My account is Christy's Beautiful Life. Just search for me there and you can find me. And so for my first actual layout though, I knew I wanted to cut all of these beautiful stars from the Paige Evans pattern paper there, and I'm going to take the time and I'm literally going to fussy cut every single one because I'm not exactly sure what I wanted. I started by leaving a border, but I decided I didn't actually like that. It probably would have worked in a different setting, but for what I want to do, it's not going to work. So I take the border off and just cut them all up, and now I'm going to place them in a circle. So this is something I've seen done on multiple layouts recently, is a circular design, and I thought it'd be fun to just kind of play off of that. And I grabbed a little bowl from my kitchen. I'm going to trace a smaller circle. I mean, it's a big circle, but it's smaller than some of the other ones I've seen. And then I'm going to just start deciding which stars I want to use. I didn't want to use like the darker ones that kind of said more of like fall boyish type colors. I wanted the more brighter, happier tones because this is going to be a layout about my daughter. And I was struggling, and then I didn't know if I wanted to have like tons of stars or just a few stars. So I decided to lay them out and then decide on my photos, and I'm going to go ahead and choose these photos that were taken when my daughter was younger and just having a good day. She was really happy and she was being cute. So I just really wanted to document her being super adorable and all of that. So I'm going to lay that out, and then I decided, you know what, that's way too many stars. So I'm going to take them down a little bit. And then as I'm looking at this, I'm thinking to myself, stitching would look really cool on this layout. So I'm just kind of lying them out, trying to decide what I want to do, and I do end up getting a little flustered, and so I'm like, well, I'm just going to stitch them down. So I kind of take a few away and stitch everything down. I'm going to take my photos away as well, and I do end up deciding before I do anything, however, that it needed a little bit more pop to the background. So I'm just taking the stencil that I have in my stash and some modeling paste, just plain old good white modeling paste, and I'm just going to add some stars because their stars are the main element. I figured why not add a few more. And I love it. I love the way it turned out. I wanted to make sure that nothing was like obvious that it was a 6x6 squared stencil, so I just went right in the middle and didn't really worry about if any of them weren't complete or if it was messy. I just kind of played, and I went ahead and did it kind of randomly throughout the page, and then I stitched everything down and put my photos down. So I'm finally happy with the way that it looks. That was the hardest part of this entire layout, was trying to figure out that part of that design. I'm now coming into another piece of pattern paper. This is from the Girl Squad collection, and I really love that title. Happy Girls Are the Prettiest, and I'm going to make that the title for this page. I did think about fussy cutting out this pretty, and you're gonna see me do it, but it just didn't stand out, and I don't know. I have a hard time when I fussy cut out titles like this. I never like the way that it looks. So I went with it for a second, and then I was like, no, I can't go with it. So instead I'm gonna go into my stash, and I just have some pink alphas. They're kind of clear type ones, and I'm just going to stick that down on my photo the way that you're going to see me attempt to lay this down. But I gave it a try. It was worth it. The title was still inspired from that card, so it all works. But I'm going to just put that aside. I don't like that. And I'm also thinking that my photo needs to get not my photo, but my layout needs to be back. It needs just a little bit more of a pop. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this beautiful piece from the Chamel Glitter Girl collection and focus more on the teal part of the gradient there. I have big plans for the back of that paper too, but I wanted to use just a little bit of that. And then I went ahead and went off camera to do my stitching, and I'm going to just tape that all down and then cut it. And the way I cut it is I tape everything down, and then I make two nicks, one at the bottom and one at the top, and then I flip my paper over so I can actually see what I'm cutting. and I cut as close to that tape line as possible so I can save as much of that paper as possible. And you're gonna see when I take it away, I made a little mistake on my stitching and there's a big bunch of thread there. I'm just gonna go over it with some washi tape to cover that up, no big deal. So I'm gonna lay my photos back down. I'm really liking this. I'm finally happy with the way it is. I'm gonna place that back down, spell out my title. I also decide that it would look really neat if I added a little bit of tissue paper under my bottom photo. It's not really gonna work with my top photo because I'm gonna pop that one up with some fun foam. But that gives it some dimension and some texture underneath there, and I really love the way that that turns out. So I'm going to go ahead and play along with that. While you watch me do that, be sure to check out the Wild Hare Kits if it's something you're interested in. They're personally curated kits, and she has petite and premium, I believe, or deluxe kits. So there's two different types. You fill out a style profile and she'll create a kit for you. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and check that out. And be sure to, I'm on the guest designer all month long, so I should have a few projects for you. I have one for sure on their blog, and everything else will probably just be located right here on my YouTube channel. So now that I have all that fun stuff done, I'm going to add my final embellishments, which is this beautiful little, I love this unicorn. I wasn't exactly sure where I wanted to go, and it has absolutely nothing to do with this layout, but it's cute. So it's going to go right there in between my two photos. And then I'm going to take every single star from the sticker sheet that came in my kit, and they're just randomly going to get placed all over this. I love it. Just random little pops of things. It's not something I normally do, but I'm playing. This month I decided to play and kind of let loose a little, so I'm having fun. The same thing with this cardstock was that I let them give an option, and I chose for them to surprise me, and I got 2 sheets of cardstock, so something I don't normally use, and I'm embracing the cardstock, and I'm going to get them used up. So tons of fun here. And my final little touch here is going to be this floral. I wanted something a little bit soft and to kind of help balance, so that's just going to go there. I will eventually put some journaling down at that bottom left hand corner, just saying how she's adorable, and the time of this is, I think she was about 3.5, 4 months old in these photos. So it'll just document that, and I'm really happy with it. So pretty good for my first layout with this kit. I'm liking it. I will be back soon with another one. I'm trying to figure out if I needed to add anything else, but I'm not going to. So I will be back soon with another layout. I hope everyone's having a fantastic November and you're enjoying all of the lovely festivities. I know for Americans, your Thanksgiving is this month, so you are probably all getting ready for that too. We had ours in October, so November is a pretty low-key month for me, which I enjoy because I tend to get a lot done, so I love it. And yeah, that's kind of all I got. I didn't realize I left this part in, so this is me just trying to add a border strip, and I'm trying to add more things, but I'm just like, stop, Chrissy, just stop it. So my final thought here, though, is it does need just a little something. Obviously it did. I was looking for something, so I settled with some Heidi Shine. I'm just going to add some gold Heidi Shine from my stash, and I'm almost out, and I layer it on. I just splattered it everywhere, and I got it all over my hands, and it was a yucky mess, but it in the end is really pretty, and I love the way it turns out. So again, I hope you've enjoyed this, and I will be back really soon with another layout featuring the Wild Hare Kits. Thanks everyone. Bye.